So I got to tell you, everyone, what we are hearing from whistleblower Frances Haugen is blowing up Facebook. Listen to what she testifies to the British Parliament today. She says it only takes a tiny percentage of content that's hateful, to her words, have a revolution.
So if Facebook comes back and says only a tiny sliver of content on our platform is hate, or only a tiny sliver is violence, one, they can't detect it very well, so I don't know if I trust those numbers. But two, it gets hyper concentrated in 5% of the population. And you only need 3% of the population on the streets to have a revolution, and that's dangerous.
Hate and lies that could spark a revolution. And the hate, the lies, and plenty more, they are spreading like wildfire on Facebook. Listen. Nobody's suggesting that everything you see on Facebook is harmful. No one is suggesting that. You may never have seen any hate or misinformation at all. Well, may. But for people who do, the angry rhetoric it's like a drug. And it is good for Facebook's bottom line. So the big question tonight, what Facebook knew and what they're doing about it. All right? It's all coming out in the Facebook papers. Tens of thousands of pages of internal documents leaked by that whistleblower. Documents that go really deep into the company's struggles to regulate hate speech and misinformation in this country and around the world, really. The redacted versions were obtained by CNN and a group of 16 other news organizations. And what all this tells us is really chilling.
One of the things that happens with groups and with networks of groups is that people see echo chambers that create social norms. So if I'm in a group that has lots of COVID misinformation, and I see over and over again that if someone gives COVID vaccine, things that encourage people to get vaccinated, they get completely pounced upon. They get torn apart. I learn that certain ideas are acceptable and unacceptable. When that context is around hate, now you see a normalization of hate, a normalization of dehumanizing others, and that's what leads to violent incidents.
Listen, think about this anytime you've been on any of the social media platforms or even video platforms, and you happen upon something that is, whatever you happen upon, and then all of a sudden it clicks you to the next one that is similar, and then the next one that's similar. So if you're on a misinformation website, it's like a rabbit hole that you keep going down. It doesn't give you other things. It doesn't diversify what you're watching. And if it shows you something that's a conspiracy theory, and then it'll show you something that tells the truth. It doesn't do that. You just continue down that rabbit hole of whatever it is, whatever is like what you clicked on. And then sometimes I'll go on and it starts to get scarier and scarier and scarier. And I'm like, what is this? Is this what happens to everyone? They just sort of get into their own media bubble and their own echo chamber. That's what happens. So if you get stuck in this whole echo chamber of hate and misinformation, it is normalizing hate. It becomes normal to you because that's what you see. Allowing conspiracy theories and angry rhetoric to infect our democracy. That's what happened. That's how we got to where we are right now. But how do you reach people who firmly believe the QAnon lies that the former president, the one who left Washington in disgrace 9 months ago, that people believe he's still president?
Wasn't Q's whole thing that Trump would be reinstated as president?
He's never left. There's no doubt in my mind, 150,000%.
That he's still president of the United States? Really? Does he still hold the powers of the presidency?
Well, he's been flying around the world on Air Force One. It says something.
I thought Joe Biden's technically on Air Force One. No. So they're faking it?
Yeah, it's not even a presidency.
Who is running the government right now?
President Trump.
So President Trump is still flying around on Air Force One in his mind, and probably the mind of other people. How do you reach people like that man in the video? Reach people who refuse to take a life-saving vaccine? How do you reach those people? Not that he is, but how do you reach people who refuse to take a life-saving vaccine in the middle of a pandemic that has killed more than 730,000 Americans?
No, not getting that vaccine. No, 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 no. Them vaccines are not good, hon.
Are you vaccinated?
No, but I have a lot of hydrochloroquine and zinc at my house.
So have you got your vaccine shot?
Nope, don't want it.
No? Why?
They ain't tested it enough, from my opinion.
I don't trust the government. I don't trust CDC. I don't trust none of them.
Do you know any people who got sick or died from the
I know
virus?
3 people who got it and died. But you know what? I know people who got cancer and died too.
So you know 3 people who died from coronavirus and you won't get the vaccine?
No, I don't. Like I said, I don't need the vaccine.
Have you guys gotten vaccinated?
Nope.
No.
Won't do it.
Can I ask why you chose not to?
I'm allergic to a lot of things in the chemicals and stuff like that. And freedom. You get to choose. If you can have an abortion and choose your body, I should be able to choose if I get a shot.
So, and then I saw an interview with this man who said that the vaccine was killing people, and everyone who took the vaccine, right? Pretty much everyone is going to die from taking the vaccine. And then the interviewer said, well, how, well, the vaccine was facilitated by the former president. He takes credit for it. How do you explain that? And it said, because he wanted to save lives. How then does that make sense? Like, if it's Donald Trump with the vaccine, then it's to save lives. But if it's not him, then it's killing people. See that? The lies, the misinformation, the hateful rhetoric, they are spreading out of control, really. Even the hate that sparked the deadly violence in Charlottesville.
Jews will not replace us! Jews will not!
Jews will not replace us. Jury selection, the civil case against the organizers of the Unite the Right rally began today, and that's where we are tonight. From Charlottesville to January 6th, to vaccine lies and a nation drowning in hate and misinformation. It seems like America is angrier than ever. And Facebook has a lot to answer for. We're going to have to figure out how to reach people who believe the lies and the misinformation.